The narrative opens within the vibrant, neon-lit chaos of a gaming center, where a young woman named Yao is completely engrossed in a video game, her skillful gameplay displayed for all to see on the massive central screen. The crowd around her murmurs with admiration, their praise is a testament to her undeniable talent. Once her session concludes, she is met by her friend Jinyang, who has been waiting with a mixture of impatience and fond exasperation. "Your entire world revolves around these games," Jinyang remarks, her tone laced with a sigh. "I simply can't understand it. Did you even notice? You were the only girl in the entire place. It's just you lost in this digital universe." Yao simply laughs off the comment, a carefree sound. "You're the one who said you'd be late. I was just killing time." Their conversation shifts as they move from the virtual world to the tangible one, heading out for a shopping trip. It is during this mundane activity that Yao's life is irrevocably altered. She receives a message that sends a jolt of disbelief through her. It is from a man named Rui, the manager of the prestigious ZGDX esports team, offering her a coveted position on their roster. Yao is rendered speechless. This is the realization of a lifelong dream to become a professional gamer. Rui explains that he was present at the game center, deeply impressed by her raw skill and strategic mind, and now wishes to formally invite her to join his legendary team. Driven by this incredible opportunity, Yao, accompanied by the ever-supportive Jinyang, travels to Shanghai to meet Rui in person. He welcomes her warmly, assuring her she has time to consider his offer. As they speak, the current members of the ZGDX team make their entrance. The cheerful Cat K, the dependable Xiao Pang, the seasoned Yumming, and finally the team's captain and the most famous esports player in the country, the formidable and strikingly handsome Lu Sicheng, known by his gaming ID, Si Chang. Yao's eyes are instinctively drawn to the captain. He carries an aura of intense, unapproachable authority. She quietly confides to Rui. Looking at him, he seems a bit unfriendly. Rui merely nods in confirmation. Yes, that's just how he is. Later in a supermarket, a small, unobserved interaction takes place. Yao spots a large water bottle, a limited supply item, but finds it too heavy to carry while she continues shopping. She strategically places it aside, intending to retrieve it later. Unbeknownst to her, Lu Sicheng witnesses this entire scene. After she walks away, he picks up the very bottle she had set aside and hands it to his teammate Xiao Pang. When Yao returns to claim it, she finds the space empty, a minor disappointment. Her path crosses Lu Sicheng's once more in an elevator. Recognizing her idol, her composure shatters into nervous excitement. Fumbling with her armful of belongings, she struggles to press the button for her floor. In a silent, effortless motion, he reaches out and presses it for her, a simple act that sends her heart racing. The following day, Yao and Jinyang attend a major esports competition where ZGDX is pitted against their rivals, the C team. As the camera pans across the audience, it captures their faces on the giant screen. The leader of the C team, a young man named Yang, freezes upon seeing Yao. A complicated history is instantly revealed. Yao is Yang's ex-girlfriend. Haunted by her sudden reappearance, Yang becomes distracted during the match, his mind flooded with memories of their past relationship. His lack of focus costs his team the first round, drawing shouts of frustration from his teammates. During an intermission, Yao and Yang have a tense encounter outside the restrooms. "Did you come here just to watch my game?" Yang asks, a hopeful edge to his voice. "I'm not crazy enough to come all this way just for you," Yao retorts coolly. "Everything between us is over." "Then why are you here?" he persists, blocking her path. "I was invited by the ZGDX team. They want me to join them." The news acts like a spark to gasoline. "How can you play with them?" Yang demands, his pride wounded. "Why wouldn't I?" Yao counters. "Besides, you just lost terribly, didn't you?" Enraged by her words, Yang is left fuming as Yao walks away, her point made. His anger fuels a ferocious comeback in the next 2 rounds, leading the C team to a decisive victory. In the aftermath, the ZGDX member Yumming, burdened by the loss, makes the emotional decision to retire, stating that this defeat is the greatest failure of his career. Deeply moved by his heartfelt speech and the raw passion on display, Yao is inspired. She messages Rui with her final decision. She will join the ZGDX team, making history as the first female professional gamer in China. The news spreads like wildfire. We see Yao packing her life into suitcases, ready to move into the ZGDX team house. On the other side, the team members await her arrival. When the doorbell rings, Xiao Pang, assuming it is his food delivery, sends Lu Sicheng to answer it. The captain opens the door to find Yao standing there, but he fails to recognize her. "This is the food I ordered," he states flatly, taking the bag of takeout from her startled hands and walking away. It is only when Xiao Pang expresses confusion over the unexpected meal that they realize their mistake. A frustrated Yao takes to social media, tweeting that the ZGDX team didn't even let her inside. The team rushes to correct their blunder, welcoming her in just as Rui arrives to formally introduce her as their new member. Yao has brought her beloved cat Biscuit with her. Lu Si-cheng immediately raises an objection. You'll need to take care of your cat, he says sternly. I already spoke with Rui, Yao defends. He said no one here is allergic. My children are allergic to your cat, Lu Si-cheng declares, gesturing dramatically to his collection of pet fish. Yao stands her ground, promising to keep Biscuit under control. Xiao Pang then shows her to her new room, officially beginning her life as part of the team. The next morning highlights the adjustment period for everyone. Yao is on her laptop when Xiao Pang comes downstairs wearing only shorts. Your shorts look really nice, Yao comments innocently. The reality of now living with a girl suddenly dawns on him and he flees back upstairs in embarrassment. The other teammates descend for lunch, and the scene culminates with Lu Si-cheng's entrance, clad only in a bathrobe. He walks confidently to the kitchen for water before the situation registers. Catching Yao's gaze, he retreats silently and quickly, a rare blush of embarrassment on his features. Rui soon brings back Yumming to the team's delight and then assigns Lu Si-cheng a task, to take Yao shopping for her professional gaming gear. Their outing is a masterclass in clashing personalities. Lu Si-cheng, walking briskly ahead, calls back, Shorty. Walk faster. Why are you calling me Shorty? Yao protests. You're a minor and it suits your height, he replies dismissively. He then brings up the tweet she posted about the team. Did you delete that tweet? No, she refuses defiantly. First, you left me outside and now you're calling me names. I won't delete it. In a shopping mall elevator, a flicker of recognition crosses Lu Si-cheng's face. Maybe you're the same girl I met in the elevator that day, he muses. Yao begins to deny it, but he cuts her off. I remember now, you're that short and stubborn girl. He continues to call her Shorty, much to her annoyance. As they leave, they are spotted by fans. Unprepared for the attention and feeling underdressed, Yao instinctively hides behind Lu Si-cheng's back. A bold fan asks the question on everyone's mind, is she your girlfriend? No, he states plainly, she's just a teammate. Back at the team house, Rui assigns Yao her permanent gaming station. As she settles in, Lu Si-cheng notices the pink wallpaper on her computer screen, a playful addition by Xiao Pang. Remove this immediately, he commands. It's affecting my vision. Yao likes it so I won't remove it, Xiao Pang retorts. Lu Si-cheng's intimidating gaze shifts to Yao, who quickly capitulates under the pressure. Actually, I don't really like pink that much. Oh really? Lu Si-cheng counters with a smirk. Is that why you bought pink slippers? With the team's first matches approaching, Yumming emphasizes the need to train Yao in their specific teamwork strategies. Lu Si-cheng agrees but is called away by his father. Yumming assures him he can begin the training himself. The next day he starts working with Yao one-on-one. During an online practice game, Yao finds herself randomly teamed with her ex-boyfriend Yang. Lu Si-cheng also joins the same game. Yao messages him, please let me win, but he ignores her plea. Xiao Pang jokingly suggests she tell him, your cat ate my fish, to distract him. Lu Si-cheng proceeds to win the game decisively. The following day, their in-game chat goes viral, sparking rumors of a love triangle between Yao, Yang, and Lu Si-cheng. The fallout is immediate. Yao's mother calls, concerned. Did you go there to play games or to date? She demands. These are just rumors, you don't need to worry, Yao insists. Was Yang your ex-boyfriend? Her mother presses. Yes, Yao admits reluctantly. Meanwhile, Yang is also upset by the rumors, confessing to friends that his preoccupation with sports and gaming led him to neglect Yao, causing their breakup. He confronts Yao, asking for a second chance. Shocked, Yao instead seeks out Lu Si-cheng to apologize for the drama. She shows him a particularly outlandish rumor claiming he held her hand. I haven't even touched you, she says, flustered. In a sudden, bold move, Lu Si-cheng grabs her hand. Do you still feel it's unfair now? He challenges. Her heartbeat accelerates wildly and she pulls her hand back, quickly scooping up her cat for comfort. When a new message from Yang pops up on her phone, Lu Si-cheng becomes curiously persistent, trying to see who it is, leading to a comical struggle where Yao hides her phone under herself. He eventually relents, informing her, tomorrow we have a match with another team, be ready. The news fills her with excitement. The next day she replies to Yang with a firm, I've moved on. The match proceeds and Yao performs exceptionally well. During a post-game break, a streamer attempts to flirt with her during a live broadcast. Lu Si-cheng abruptly ends the stream, telling her, don't listen to this nonsense. Later, during another live stream, a viewer asks Xiao Pang about the rumors linking Yao and Yang. Yao takes the headphones and clarifies publicly, he used to be my boyfriend but now there's nothing between us. She then teasingly calls Lu Si-cheng a coward. Through the open microphone, fans hear their bickering and new rumors immediately ignite, suggesting a romance between Yao and the captain himself. The team goes out for a celebratory dinner but Lu Si-cheng refuses to join. At the restaurant, Yao hesitates to order from the expensive menu. Yumming, noticing her discomfort, assures her, "Don't worry about the money. Si-cheng has already paid the bill." Relieved, Yao's playful side emerges. "Waiter," she announces, "bring me 2 soups, one to drink and one to wash my face with." From home, Lu Si-cheng, who is watching the live stream of their dinner, bursts out laughing. "Hey, shorty," he comments through the stream, "you should eat more meat. It will help increase your height." While the team is out, Yao's parents make a surprise visit to the team house, finding a teammate named Kay dancing with headphones on. The team returns to find Yao in a state of shock. Her mother scolds her, demanding she stop arguing and return home. After much persuasion, her parents reluctantly agree to let her stay. Lu Si-cheng intervenes smoothly, offering, "Let me show you to your room so you can rest," escorting her parents away. The next morning, as her parents prepare to leave, her mother advises Yao, "If you ever need to go out, don't go alone. Take Si-cheng with you. He's a good guy and you should take advantage of that." Lu Si-cheng, overhearing the compliment, cannot hide a small, pleased smile. Rui soon implements a strict new training regimen, mandating early wake-up times. Lu Si-cheng dismisses it as no big deal, but the next morning during his own live stream, a sleepy Yao stumbles in, complaining, "Yao, Rui told us to wake up early. This is physical abuse." When Lu Si-cheng turns the camera on her, she hides, but the audience is captivated. Rui, seizing the marketing opportunity, arranges for Yao to do a formal face reveal. With Jinyang's help, Yao gets ready for her debut. During the stream, Lu Si-cheng begins reading the audience's flirtatious comments about Yao aloud, annoying her so much that she leaves the room. Rui later informs Lu Si-cheng of a new match invitation that specifically requires Yao's participation. Lu Si-cheng flatly refuses to play against that team. Rui, perceptive, calls him out. "You've started liking Yao and you're scared she might leave the team if we lose." Lu Si-cheng denies it vehemently, but then launches into an unprompted speech praising Yao's skills as a player, unaware that Yao and their friends are listening just out of sight. Caught, Yao admits she only heard a little, but inspired by his faith in her, she accepts the match. The match, however, ends in a demoralizing loss for ZGDX. Yao is devastated. That night, while the others sleep, she remains at her computer, relentlessly practicing. Lu Si-cheng, awake until the early hours, notices she is still online. He goes to her, urging her to sleep, but she ignores him. Finally, he places his hand over her eyes. The gentle act breaks her. She begins to cry, confessing, "I'm not okay at all because I'm not one of the #1 players in China." He comforts her, insisting she needs to rest. The team's loss, and Yao in particular, becomes the target of vicious online bullying. Overwhelmed, she locks herself in her room. Lu Si-cheng spends his time defiantly replying to the hateful comments. Eventually, Yao emerges and leaves the house, meeting Jinyang, who takes her to a club to cheer her up. At the club, they run into Jinyang's ex, who in turn calls Yang. Yang arrives and attempts to reconcile with a now intoxicated Yao. "I want to get back into a relationship with you," he pleads. At that moment, Lu Si-cheng storms in, having been alerted by Jinyang. He grabs Yao's hand. "I've come to take Yao," he states firmly to Yang. "I'm her team captain. You are her past, not her present." He then carries a very drunk Yao out of the club, hoisting her over his shoulder. On the way home, he tells her, "Wins and losses are part of the game. You shouldn't feel so upset." Yao mumbles that it's all her fault. He sets her down on a park swing to sober up before heading inside. Once inside the team house, a disoriented Yao sees a figure sitting in Lu Si-cheng's chair. Assuming it is him, she starts talking, but when the chair spins around, it reveals a stranger. She screams, "Ghost, ghost," and flees in terror. The ghost is in fact Lu Yue, Lu Si-cheng's younger brother. As Yao runs, she literally jumps into Lu Si-cheng's arms, clinging to him. "I just saw a ghost inside the house," she cries. "You weigh more than 50 kg, so get down," he retorts, but she refuses to let go. Carrying her, he goes inside and finds Lu Yue, who snaps a picture of the compromising scene. Rui and Yumming arrive, their expressions darkening at the sight of Lu Yue. "I've come to rejoin this team," Lu Yue announces. Yao looks worried. "Are you going to replace me now?" "Our team already has one crazy person," Lu Si-cheng states, referring to Yao. "You can join another team." Feeling rejected, Yao declares, "Fine, I'm leaving," and says goodbye to everyone. The next morning, Yao awakens with a hazy memory. Lu Yue is there, telling her, "You performed really well in reality last night." As flashbacks of her embarrassing behavior flood back, Yao is mortified. She puts on a mask and sits at her station. Lu Si-cheng asks what she's doing. "I'm thinking about my life," she mumbles. She then tentatively asks if she behaved weirdly. "No, not at all," he deadpans. "You just mistook my brother for a ghost, declared you wanted to be a pro gamer, and sang a song to convince me." He shudders. "Don't ever sing again. You can make even a sweet song sound scary." He then tells her to remove the mask, teasing, "Didn't you feel embarrassed yesterday? Now go and change." The tension escalates as Lu Yue begins to assert himself. using Yao's gaming account and refusing to give up her seat. Yao's frustration peaks when he starts bothering her cat. "Stop licking my cat's ears," she yells, a demand that finally makes him move. Her anxiety grows when Lu Yue publicly announces his official return to the team, which would mean her departure. Her fears are temporarily alleviated when Jinyang sends her an old leaked video showing Lu Yue involved in a physical fight. The online backlash from the video is so severe that it jeopardizes his position. The team gathers and Rui demands to know who leaked it. To everyone's shock, Xiao Pang confesses, admitting he did it to prevent Lu Yue from rejoining. The mystery deepens as Jinyang and her ex, AI Jia, become involved. AI Jia claims to know the truth about the fight. In a flashback, we see the ZGDX and GK teams socializing. Lu Yue, heavily intoxicated, overhears members of the GK team insulting Lu Xicheng. Enraged, he smashes a wine bottle over one of their heads, triggering a brawl. Yuming, who happened upon the scene, was accidentally pulled into the fight, falling and severely injuring his hand, an injury that tragically ended his professional gaming career. In the present, AI Jia goes live on stream, clearing Lu Yue's name by revealing the full, provocation-driven context of the fight. With the air cleared, Lu Yue officially rejoins the team with his contract, creating an awkward dynamic with Yao during breakfast as he continues to tease her about taking her spot. Yao seeks clarity from Lu Xicheng, who simply says, "Whoever comes first gets it first," prompting a competitive fire in Yao. The rivalry continues as Yao goes shopping and gets a makeover with Jinyang for a photo shoot. When she returns, looking noticeably different, she finds Lu Yue sitting in her seat and eating her snacks. Lu Xicheng, taken aback by her appearance, pulls her aside. "Why did you do all this? Can you stay focused like this?" he asks, his voice low. He moves closer, inhaling the scent of her perfume. "Are you trying to drive someone crazy with this fragrance of yours?" Lu Yue, ever the opportunist, captures the intimate moment in a photograph. Lu Xicheng issues a quiet threat to his brother not to tell their parents. Later, while Yao is on a call with Jinyang, a flower pot falls outside her window, causing Lu Xicheng to rush into her room. "Why didn't you knock?" Yao exclaims. "Why didn't you lock the door?" he counters. Jinyang, hearing his voice, asks excitedly, "Are you two dating each other?" Yao quickly hangs up, but Lu Xicheng has heard everything. When their teammates question why he was in her room, he fabricates a story about her falling out of bed, then makes a swift exit. The next day, Lu Xicheng is uncharacteristically awake early and reading. Yao, meanwhile, is lost in thought, remembering Jinyang's words, "You've fallen in love with Xicheng." Rui soon arrives with new team uniforms for everyone. During the fitting, Xiao Pang jokes that Yao has gotten fat. Lu Xicheng immediately interjects, "Whether Yao is fat or thin, she always looks like a little kid," a comment that inexplicably irritates her. The team's official photo shoot arrives. While the others finish their makeup quickly, Yao's session is prolonged. By the time Rui gathers everyone, Yao is still not ready. Lu Xicheng goes to fetch her, but in a moment of profound misfortune, he walks in as she is in the process of changing her clothes. The scene is one of pure, unadulterated embarrassment for both. Flustered, he waits outside, his heart pounding, and tries to calm his nerves with candy. When Lu Yue approaches, Lu Xicheng physically blocks him from entering, stating he will bring Yao out when she is ready. When she finally emerges, she demands, "Did you see everything?" "I'm not blind," he replies bluntly. "Couldn't you knock? Why didn't you lock the door?" Even Lu Yue was about to come in, but I stopped him. He offers a sincere apology which leaves her momentarily stunned. She then quips, "If we were in ancient times, you'd have to marry me because you've seen me without clothes." Despite the tension, they proceed with the photo shoot, and pictures of Yao with both Lu brothers are taken. These photos soon go viral, prompting an angry call from Lu Xicheng's mother, who is confused about who her son is supposedly dating. A comical scene ensues where Lu Yue is about to reveal the truth to their mother, but Lu Xicheng tackles him with a pillow to keep him quiet. The final arc of this segment involves Lu Yue using Yao's social media account. In her rush to stop him, Yao slips and falls on the stairs. Lu Xicheng helps her up and pulls her aside for a private conversation. Yao makes a strange request. She asks him to change her contact name in his phone. It is revealed he has saved her number under the brand name of the bra he accidentally saw. "If someone sees my bra while it's drying, everyone will know why you named me that," she pleads. He refuses to change it and begins to tease her by standing uncomfortably close, a new, flirtatious dynamic solidifying between them. The segment concludes with the team playing a match where Lu Xicheng is targeted by a player with the ID Hero font. He recognizes the style immediately. It is his old friend and former teammate, Yak. A flashback reveals they were once the closest of friends on a Korean team, until Lu Xicheng decided to return to China to play for his home country. In the present, Yak goes missing, and Lu Xicheng rushes out to find him despite an impending storm. Yao, showing concern, brings him an umbrella, hoping this act of kindness will persuade him to change her contact name. He sees through her ploy but accepts the umbrella. He finds Yak and they share a nostalgic game, after which Lu Sicheng wins a stuffed rabbit, which he later hangs around Yao's neck when she arrives to pick him up. The narrative pauses as the team prepares for the National League, with Lu Sicheng falling ill, forcing Yao to step up and lead the team to their first victory. In a moment of private panic, Yao tells Rui she wants to leave, fabricating a story about her menstrual cycle as an excuse. Rui, unconvinced, calls Lu Sicheng back to take care of her. When Lu Sicheng arrives, skeptical of her sudden ailment, Yao is caught in her lie when Jinyang calls, and Yao's real reason for wanting to leave is inadvertently revealed for Lu Sicheng to hear. In the subsequent events, Yao retreats to her room for some rest. Shortly after, she receives a message from Rui instructing her to give Sicheng his medication. Yao questions this task, replying that Sicheng is a grown adult capable of managing his own medicine. Rui clarifies that Sicheng has a tendency to neglect his medication, and as the team captain, his well-being is crucial for the entire group. Reluctantly, Yao goes to administer the medicine. When Sicheng begins to take it, he complains that the water is too hot and tells Yao to fetch cooler water. This request irritates Yao, who retorts by asking if he has any understanding of the pain women endure during their menstrual cycles, implying he is insensitive. Despite his complaint, Sicheng ultimately takes the medicine with the same water. Later, while Yao is preparing a meal for herself and Sicheng, she is suddenly overcome by menstrual cramps and has to sit down. Sicheng arrives and comments that she could have simply messaged him instead of getting up. He then takes over the task of washing the rice. Yao calls Jinyang and recounts the day's events, but during the call she experiences a sharp pain in her abdomen. Sicheng approaches, touches her stomach, and suggests she use a hot water bottle, going to fetch one for her. Yao, flustered, remarks that in ancient times such an intimate gesture would have obligated him to marry her. Sicheng responds wryly that if they lived in ancient times, they would have already been married countless times over by now. The following day, the team members return. Xiao Pang goes upstairs to check on Sicheng but becomes frightened and rushes back down. Lo then goes upstairs and also returns looking scared. The group gathers concerned and asks if they saw a ghost. Lo replies that what he witnessed was even more startling than a ghost. When Yao opens her eyes, she discovers she has been sleeping in Sicheng's bed. Sicheng also wakes up at that moment. The team members outside begin calling for them and look at Sicheng with strange expressions, having observed the situation. Sicheng explains that Yao's own bed was soiled, so she came to sleep in his. Yuming questions why, with many other beds available, she had to choose his. Sicheng replies that she did not want to dirty anyone else's bedding. Lu then teases Sicheng, saying he has achieved something big by having a young woman in his bed. Sicheng defends the situation by nodding that Yao has already graduated and is of marriageable age. He then sends everyone away and returns to his room, where Yao is sitting on the floor wrapped in a blanket, feeling deeply embarrassed. Sicheng removes the blanket and Yao apologizes, explaining that she was feeling very cold and sleepy the previous night, which is why she came to his bed. Sicheng remarks that in ancient times, such an incident would have forced her to drown herself or required him to marry her again. He then begins inspecting the blanket to see if it was soiled, but Yao insists that even if it is, she will wash it herself. A tug-of-war over the blanket ensues, resulting in Yao falling on top of Sicheng. At that precise moment, Xiao Pang enters, witnesses the compromising position, and pretends not to have seen anything. The next day, during a live streaming session, Yao begins her gaming segment. Sicheng deliberately abandons his own game and moves closer to her, aiming to distract her. As a result, Yao selects the wrong character in her game. Sicheng teases her, asking if her brain has become this weak. Yao retorts that she simply forgot and tells him to stop bothering her, but he persists in annoying her. He then provocatively brings up the memory of her shivering on his bed, which engages Yao. Unbeknownst to them, their entire conversation is being broadcast to the audience. A female fan messages Yao, accusing her of making her husband impure, referring to Sicheng. Yao defensively replies that she hasn't even touched him and that he remains completely pure. In response, Sicheng decides to narrate the entire previous night's events to the live audience. In a later scene, Yang visits Yao and hugs her. She tries to push him away as he attempts to persuade her to rekindle their relationship. Just then, Sicheng arrives and tells Yao he wants to buy candy but has no money. Yao gives him some cash. Sicheng then turns to Yang and states that he has no personal issue with him but requests that Yang let Shorty Yao focus on her upcoming finals match. Having said this, he leaves. Yang, realizing Yao has rejected him, also says goodbye and departs. Sicheng returns and asks about the nature of Yao's relationship with Yang. Yao assures him they are just friends, and the two then go inside the house together. In a dream sequence, Yao envisions herself in a wedding dress marrying Sicheng. Just as Sicheng moves closer to her in the dream, she wakes up, realizing it was all a fantasy. The narrative then shifts to an upcoming match Yao has against a player named Tai. Feeling nervous, she receives encouragement from Sicheng, who tells her it's okay even if she loses because he is there to support her. The match begins, and Yao performs exceptionally well, leading her team to victory. The following day, the team goes on a barbecue outing. On the bus, Yao watches an old press conference video of Sicheng where he is seen looking toward her, prompting fan speculation about their relationship. Sicheng dismisses it as an old video and takes her phone away. As Yao tries to retrieve it, the bus jerks suddenly. Before she can fall, Sicheng catches her and she ends up falling onto him. The entire team is shocked by the scene and Lu takes a photo of the moment. He then attempts to send the photo to Sicheng's mother. Sicheng demands he delete it, but Lu refuses. Sicheng defends his actions by stating that helping someone is simply an act of humanity, which engages Yao. Later, during a team dinner, Sicheng receives a phone call. Yao initially assumes it is from a girlfriend, but it turns out to be his mother asking about Yao. Sicheng tells her there is nothing romantic between them, but his mother encourages him to confess if he likes someone. Sicheng steps away to continue the conversation privately. Yao, still under the misconception that it was a girlfriend, approaches him. Sicheng clarifies it was his mother, much to Yao's relief. After the call, his mother suggests he go on a blind date, but Sicheng claims he is too busy and ends the call. Lu, however, calls Sicheng's mother behind his back and promises that Sicheng will attend the blind date, which infuriates Sicheng. The next day, Sicheng prepares to go out. When Yao asks where he is going, he replies that he is escorting a girl home. Upon arriving at the girl's place, she suggests they go inside but excuses herself to go to the restroom, where she calls her mother to confess she likes Sicheng. Later, Lu and Sicheng come outside. Sicheng helps the girl into the car and politely tells her that while she is very beautiful, they are not meant to be together, before driving her home. Meanwhile, Yao is at home, anxiously thinking about the girl and waiting for Sicheng's return. When she hears a car, she rushes downstairs and asks why he is back so soon. Sicheng presents her with food he brought back for her, which makes Yao very happy. The next day, their team has a match against another team. Yao performs brilliantly, securing victory for her team. After the match, she feels upset because a player from the opposing team repeatedly defeated her character during the game. She sits alone, brooding. Kun approaches and asks if she would greet his fans. Yao agrees and does so. One fan comments that she and Sicheng look good together, which Sicheng overhears. He then tells Kun to leave. Before departing, Kun asks Yao to add him on WeChat, which she does. Later, on the bus ride home, Kun floods Yao with messages that she finds unpleasant. She complains to Sicheng that someone is flirting with her and it makes her want to bury him alive. Hearing this, Sicheng feels a sense of relief and sends a message to Kun in Korean, which Yao does not understand, stating, "She's my girlfriend, stop bothering her." In the next scene, Yao meets Jinyang and plays the voice message Sicheng sent to Kun. Jinyang translates, revealing that it means Yao is my girlfriend. Yao is shocked by this revelation. Meanwhile, Sicheng receives a message from Kun, who says he will keep an eye on whether Sicheng and Yao are really dating, and if not, he will pursue Yao himself. Yao confronts Sicheng, accusing him of preventing her from dating while he himself goes on blind dates. Sicheng does not respond and walks away. The following day, during a match, Lu arrives with a large bouquet for Sicheng. Kun is also present. Yao asks if the girl with the flowers is the one Sicheng went on a date with. When he confirms it, Yao looks toward Lu, but Sicheng mistakenly thinks she is looking at Kun. He turns her head away and says that to convince Kun they might have to kiss. Yao replies that his blind date might feel bad, to which Sicheng reveals he has already rejected her. The match begins and they win the first round. Lu starts walking towards Sicheng, but in a moment of imagination, Yao pictures herself stopping Lu, pulling him closer and removing a broken eyelash from his face, thereby breaking his heart. However, this was merely her fantasy. In reality, Lu meets with Sicheng and Yao leaves in anger. Later, the team is in the restroom when Sicheng enters with a large bouquet. Lu comments that it was a gift from his fiancée. Xiaopeng asks what this means for their Yao, especially since she has even slept in Sicheng's bed. Hearing this, the team members begin singing a sad song for Yao, who tells them to be quiet. Kun arrives and gives Yao a packet of nuts, which she accepts. Sicheng becomes visibly angry upon seeing this and confronts Kun, demanding he stop his antics and reiterating that Yao is his girlfriend. Kun retorts that he merely gave her some nuts and that he would even bring the moon and stars for Yao before leaving. In the next round of the match, the ZGDX team wins again. As everyone is leaving, Xiaopeng accidentally steps on Yao's sandal, causing her to almost fall, but Sicheng catches her. The team is shocked by the scene. Sicheng teases Yao, asking if she has a calcium deficiency since she can't walk properly. Yao explains that Xiaopeng stepped on her sandal. In response, Sicheng lifts Yao up and carries her away, while Lu watches them and leaves angrily. Later, during a live stream, Yao comments that even after rejecting Lu, Sicheng gave her his WeChat ID. Sicheng replies that he has already removed her from his contacts. He then receives a call from Lu, who asks to meet him one last time. Yao asks who called, and Sicheng tells her about Lu's request. As they are about to leave, Yao says, "I don't want you to go and meet her." She assumes he is wearing headphones and cannot hear her, but he does. When Yao goes downstairs later, she finds Sicheng sleeping on the sofa. She asks if he isn't going on the date, and he responds that someone told me not to go. Yao, remembering her own words, claims she only said it so their captain could focus on the game, and then she leaves. Xiao Peng later notices that Sicheng's goldfish are missing. Yao checks on her cat and discovers it ate the fish. Xiao Peng warns her that if Sicheng finds out, he will be furious. In a panic, Yao places a plastic fish in the tank. When Sicheng arrives, she claims the fish died from overeating, but he becomes suspicious. Frightened, Yao confesses everything. Sicheng gets very angry and Xiao Peng slips away. Sicheng then approaches Yao and tends to a minor injury she has, applying a bandage. Yao fears he might harm her cat. The next morning, she wakes up to her cat's meowing and finds it sleeping peacefully with Sicheng downstairs. When the cat sees Yao, it runs away. Yao approaches and covers Sicheng with a blanket. Half asleep, he grabs her head, mistaking it for the cat. As Yao tries to free herself, Xiao Peng sees them, gets scared, and runs off. When Sicheng fully wakes up and finds Yao so close, he is startled and asks what she is doing there. Yao explains she came to check on her cat, fearing he might have harmed it. Sicheng replies that her cat is perfectly healthy and that she should have come up with a better excuse. Yao insists she was worried because of his anger the previous day and now he was sleeping with the cat. Later, they go together to buy a new goldfish. Sicheng wants a black fish, but Yao prefers an orange one, arguing that orange fish live longer. Sicheng retorts that her cat would not have shortened its life if it hadn't eaten his previous fish. The shopkeeper suggests that Sicheng should listen to his girlfriend, but Sicheng quickly corrects him, stating that she is not his girlfriend. In a subsequent scene, Yao is watching a live stream of her competitor, Tai. Sicheng arrives and Yao expresses her dislike for Tai, calling him a liar and claiming all pro gamers are liars. This engages Sicheng as he is also a pro gamer. Later, during her own live stream, Yao speaks negatively about Tai. In their next match against Tai's team, ZGDX wins the first round. During a break, Yao goes to the restroom, where Tai blocks her path and demands to know why she spoke against him. Yao defiantly replies that her actions are none of his business. Tai threatens her, and when he grabs her hand and refuses to let go, Yao bites him and walks away. Upon returning home, while walking backward and talking to Xiao Peng, Yao bumps into Sicheng. He asks if she wants to tell him something, and she recounts the entire incident with Tai, concluding that she bit his hand because Sicheng had previously told her not to get into physical fights. Sicheng is both shocked and a little upset by her actions. As a punishment, he makes her stay outside the house and instructs the others not to let her in without his permission. Yao messages Xiao Peng to open the door, but he refuses. She remains outside until evening when food arrives for everyone. Yao messages Sicheng, warning him that everyone will starve if she isn't allowed in, so he relents. Later, he asks if she understands her mistake. She replies that she should have shouted for help in that situation instead. On another day, Sicheng forbids Yao from watching Tai's live stream, but Yao argues that they can learn about deception from it, claiming all men are liars like Tai. Sicheng holds her hand and assures her, "You can trust me, I'm not like other guys." This leaves Yao shocked. Sicheng departs, leaving the other team members confused about the nature of their relationship. The next day, it is revealed that Tai is cheating on his girlfriend. In the restroom, Yao expresses her sympathy for Tai's girlfriend to Sicheng, commenting that their industry is filled with such behavior. Sicheng disagrees, stating that not everyone is the same and that there are good and handsome people in their industry. When Yao asks whom he is referring to, he replies, "Myself. Would you like to try me?" Yao is taken aback. Sicheng then asks her to be in a relationship with him, but Yao thinks he is joking and starts to leave. He tells her to come back and sit down, questioning why she is acting so strangely since he hasn't even proposed marriage yet. Yao tells him to stop talking nonsense, as no one expresses love in such a manner. Sicheng asks if she would accept him if he expressed his feelings like a gentleman. After a moment of thought from Yao, he interprets her silence as rejection, but she clarifies that she hasn't rejected him, she just finds the situation strange. Sicheng gives her 2 hours to provide an answer. Yao waits for Sicheng to return so she can give him her decision. When he arrives home, she asks for his response, advising him to think carefully before answering. She then hugs him and he understands that she has accepted him. Later, Yao sees an online comment claiming that Jinyang is Ai's girlfriend and is with him for his money. This saddens her. That night she cannot sleep and receives a message from Sicheng asking if she is awake. She denies it, but he uses the excuse of getting water to go to her room. He finds her looking upset and she shows him the damaging comment, suggesting it might be better for him to remain single. He responds that he cannot be apart from her and that he will take full responsibility for their relationship. He then moves closer and suggests they play a solo match tonight that will last all night, implying intimacy. Understanding his meaning, Yao pushes him out of the room. At a press conference, Sicheng is bombarded with questions. He stuns everyone by announcing that there is someone he likes, though he does not mention Yao's name. Under the table, however, he holds her hand. On the bus ride home, Yao sees a post claiming that Sicheng was holding her hand during the conference. As the bus enters a tunnel, Sicheng takes advantage of the darkness to kiss her. When the bus exits the tunnel, he pretends to be asleep. Yao is shocked but acts as if nothing happened. Once home, Sicheng tells Yao she may have left something in his room. When she says she didn't, she realizes he was using it as an excuse to call her to his room. She goes to his room where he hugs her. She asks if he wants something to eat and he replies, "Tonight I'm in the mood to eat you," before kissing her. Yao pushes him back and suggests they go on a date the next day instead, to which he agrees. On their date, they play games and Sicheng wins many toys. Yao holds up 2 toys and asks which is the cutest. He replies, "The one in the middle," meaning her, causing her to blush. She kisses him and they later share a long kiss at the movies, enjoying their time together. The next day they attend an event and stay at a hotel. Yao calls her mother, and after the call a young fan approaches, expressing admiration and a dream to play a game with her. Sicheng finds her and admits he was worried, thinking someone had kidnapped her. Yao jokes that no one would kidnap her as she couldn't afford a ransom. Sicheng kisses her, and at that moment Xiao Peng arrives and witnesses the scene, heartbroken as he had feelings for Yao. The sound of a dropped bottle alerts Sicheng and Yao, who then see Xiao Peng. They all return to their rooms and Sicheng talks to Yao on the phone. Xiao Peng, who is with Sicheng, tells him to stop flaunting his relationship. Sicheng asks what his problem is and Xiao Peng admits the scene is stuck in his mind and he wishes he could disappear. Later, Lu sees a photo of Sicheng and Yao together and shares it with the team, revealing their relationship. Yao is shocked when confronted. She immediately messages Sicheng, who arrives and acts nonchalant. Under questioning from the team, he finally admits he has a crush on Yao, using the term to downplay the seriousness of their relationship and distract them. The next day, at a match where ZGDX are spectators, Yao's ex-boyfriend Yang is present and seems upset by the rumors about Yao and Sicheng. The camera focuses on the couple and someone dares Sicheng to kiss Yao. He does so and the kiss is displayed on the large screen, shocking the entire ZGDX team. Lu even video calls his mother to show her the moment live. Back home, Yao starts a live stream. Sicheng, watching from another room, comes in and kisses her during the broadcast, leaving her utterly shocked. The next day, ZGDX loses a match against the Alpha team. In the aftermath, Kay and Kat blame each other for the loss and get into a fight in the restroom. Later that night, when Kat has not returned home, Yao goes to tell Sicheng but finds herself pushed onto the sofa by him. He suggests they spend the night together, irritating Yao. She goes downstairs and finds Kat already asleep on the sofa. The following day, in an interview, a reporter suggests that Sicheng's relationship with Yao caused the team's loss. Sicheng firmly replies that his personal life is his own business and that fans who have a problem with it can unfollow him. Later, while Yao is having breakfast, a courier delivers a package. When she opens it, she screams. The box contains razor blades and her hand is cut. The others rush over and see the blades and a threatening letter warning Yao that if she plays another match, it will not end well for her. Sicheng bandages her hand and takes her away from the scene. Rui suggests that Yao should not play the next match for her own safety, and Yao agrees. This decision unjars Sicheng, who drives off. Yao waits for him, messaging him before falling asleep. She later wakes to find him lying next to her and hugs him, expressing her worry. Another night, Yao waits again for Sicheng, who has not returned. In the restroom, she questions her decision to be in a relationship with him. She accidentally gets her injured finger wet, causing pain. When Sicheng arrives, he finds her crying and tends to her injury. Yao confronts him, nodding he hasn't asked about her injury in days. He explains he feels inadequate because he couldn't protect her and asks if she would still accept someone like him. They share a kiss, reconciling. The next morning, Rui tells Yao they have found the person who sent the threatening parcel. As he says this, he shows her a mirror, revealing a heart drawn on her face by Sicheng while she was sleeping. Yao goes to confront Sicheng, but he teasingly says he is in his trousers, causing her to leave embarrassed. The culprit is revealed to be a mentally ill female fan obsessed with Sicheng. After his relationship with Yao became public, she sent the threatening package and attempted suicide with sleeping pills in a video, though it is unclear if she died. This incident leads to widespread trolling of Yao online. However, Sicheng later receives a call from the police station confirming the girl is alive but mentally unwell and has been arrested. Public opinion shifts, and people begin supporting Yao again. The team travels to Shanghai for the finals. At the hotel, Yao notes the large crowd reminds her of when she first met Sicheng. During lunch, Jinyang calls to wish Yao a happy birthday, revealing it is her special day. Yao asks Jinyang not to tell Sicheng, fearing he would buy her an expensive gift that she couldn't reciprocate. Meanwhile, Xiao Peng overeats and falls ill, requiring a hospital visit. The doctor assures them he will be fine. At the hospital, Xiao Peng tells Sicheng he is hungry, so Sicheng takes Yao's wallet to buy food, having forgotten his own. While doing so, he discovers her ID and realizes it is her birthday. That night, feeling lonely, Yao begins to make a birthday wish for herself. Suddenly, the team surprises her with a cake. Overjoyed, she kisses Sicheng and makes a wish. He puts a necklace on her and promises that next year he will gift her a wedding dress and a diamond ring. The next day, their team wins the national championship. In the euphoria of victory, everyone hugs and Sicheng kisses Yao. They are awarded the trophy and celebrations ensue. Several months later, at Jinyang and Ai's wedding, the bouquet lands in Yao's hands, hinting she will be the next bride. Sicheng comes to her side and the drama concludes on this happy note.